another ride where we spend most of our time in first gear. Even in the cooler months, it works up a good sweat. When editing these vids, I realise I often attempt a sit-down wheelie at the end of each little climb. I thought this was okay until I heard one of Canada's best enduro riders speaking against it.
A man who wheelies sitting down has no honor.
Why is this vid called Spinal Tap? Well, it's nothing to do with one of the finest rock bands the world has ever seen. After I fractured my spine recently, a viewer referred to my accident as a spinal tap, which was somehow very appropriate. I'm glad it was only a tap on the spine and not a thump. Becoming a paraplegic has never been on my bucket list. So I regard myself as extremely lucky, although I must admit a week spent on my back in hospital was a bit dismal at times. And like Cher, I wish I could turn back time.
Remember to stay rubber side up, ladies and gentlemen. And may all your encounters with gravity and Mother Earth be a source of amusement and not injury. Forever and ever, Amen.
There have been a lot of questions such as, how is my bike? Well, I can't find a single scratch on the cross trainer. When I went over the handlebars, the bike dropped immediately, but I was the one who kept rolling down the hill for about 20 metres. Getting all sorts of scratches, bruises, punches to the rib, and of course, a fractured vertebra. I wish the bike could have taken some of the punishment instead of me. Question number 2. Do I know how the spine fracture happened? No, the guys only saw me rolling down the hill. The best guess is I went over the handlebars. Apparently this is a common way to fracture the T4 vertebra. However, I also slammed into a few logs rolling down the hill, so that would be the second most likely cause, thumping a log with my back. What protection gear was I wearing? Sadly, I opted to wear my smallest, lightest backpack, the Zac Speed Comp 3. This is always my choice for hot summer riding. Less protection, but heaps of ventilation, and I think staying cool and focused is important during summer. However, this wasn't a hot day. Normally, I wear my Zac Speed Sprint. It has a sturdy front plate, more padding across the back, side straps that keep it snug even when rolling down a hill. Would this have prevented the spine fracture? Well, it could have. It certainly would have stopped all the punches to my ribs and lower back. It's been a good lesson to wear all my protective gear unless it's a super hot day. Question number 3, would wearing a neck brace have helped? I don't know. My neck wasn't sore after the accident, and when you see where the T4 vertebra is located, I don't think a neck brace would have really helped in this situation. Will I get any extra protective gear? Maybe, but I don't want to look like this.
The Traction E-Rack Survivor Suit Armor System. Perfect for dirt riding, power struggles in the office, social media attacks, time travel through wormholes in the space-time continuum, and interplanetary warfare.
I will look into neck braces again. Last time I checked, I was not convinced by the existing research. See our video about this.
A man who wheelies sitting down has no honor.
But I am looking into this Foo Sport soft body armour. My brother has this, and apparently it's almost as cool as wearing a jersey, and has CE rated armour for the back, chest, elbows and shoulders. All the soft body armour I've seen to date has been way too hot, but it seems this is actually designed for Australian summers. I'll report back when I can start riding again.
It's not flat.
Will this injury stop me riding? Of course not. But I can understand why some riders would stop after a close call like this, especially if you had a family to care for. Will it change how I ride? Yes, to some extent. Look, I've already been reducing the risks I take over the past year or two. In my late 50s, I know my bones, tendons and ligaments can't take the abuse they did earlier in life. This crash is certainly a reminder to take less risks, especially when riding and making these videos has become my full-time job. Will the vids continue? Yes, I've checked my video files. I probably have enough footage to keep the videos going until I can ride again. The doctors reckon in about 9 months' time. If not, the guys will film our rides and give me footage to edit. I wonder what the good riders are up to this weekend. Thanks, Tim, for totally demoralising us as usual. So there you have it, guys, some half-baked answers to the most common questions about my latest and greatest crash. Of course, in times of darkness, it always pays to gain wisdom from the Enduro scriptures. Personally, as I get older, I try to see difficult times as a chance to learn something. Remember the glass half full or half empty message? Modern psychology increasingly tells us that happiness and a meaningful life depend on how we think, not whether good or bad things happen to us. When I was younger, I usually did not react well to bad situations. Often I would blame others, whinge and whine to anyone who would listen, and generally feel sorry for myself. So this accident is just another chance to learn something and hopefully act more like an adult instead of a spoilt child. Of course, in a few weeks' time, I will be blaming this accident on my suspension, tyres and brand of motorbike. I will be complaining bitterly about the terrible hand that cruel fate has dealt me. And I should drown my sorrows in red wine purchased in cardboard boxes. But hey, at least I don't ride a 4-stroke.